Welcome everyone to the new segments that I'll be doing that I can't really think of the name of it. Kami coaches? Coach Kami? I don't know. It's something I said I've been wanting to do for a while, and that is allowing some of my viewers, my loyal viewers, to send me in footage. I'll review it, commentate over it as I'm viewing it, and send it back to you. Or post it on YouTube is what I prefer. The thing is, there's a little bit of a requirement, and that is you have to be either sub to me for like 3 months. You'll have the 3-month sub badge. That's a something. Or on Patreon there are different tiers, and if you get into the Kami lover, you can then do it once a month. Same thing with the 3-month sub badge. Links are down below in the description if you're interested in doing this, or if not, just sit back and learn. You know. If you're interested in doing this, please toss me a DM on Discord. Discord link is in the bottom. There is no audio on this video. I'm gonna go ahead and turn that off because it's just music, and it's copyrighted music, so I don't want to limit any of the viewers to do it through here. So he's playing Kinessa right now. The first thing I noticed, oops, he actually brought that up. That's actually really cool. Okay, cool. Oh, barely got that. So it looks like you're going up against a Torvald, a Ying, a Barrack, a Willow, and a Saris. The first thing I would say to myself is, whew, I have no flanks to worry about. Know what I mean? Like, that's the dream is Kinessa. Serpent Beach, while not being the greatest map for Kinessa, she does have some high ground that she can catch, so it's whatever, right? You have a Fernando, a Drogos, and Androxus of your cell are on your team, so you know he might be doing some flanking and whatnot. You went for Wrecker. Now I can see Wrecker for the Torvald and you being able to bust out the damage on the Barrack shield, but normally you're not going to be shooting the shield. I can see that being good for Torvald. Your wife might be going for Deft Hands. Fernando looks like he's going to be charging pretty hard. He's got Master Writing, or he wants to get to the point as fast as he can. The main thing you want to do when you first start off playing this game is look to see what your composition is, look to see what your enemy's composition is, and kind of decide where you want to go. You went for Wrecker. Drogos is a very good Wrecker, but there are 2 big shielders up on the other team, so I could see you're picking up for Wrecker. Other than that, you could also say that Haven would be a pretty good idea to pick up here, just because the majority of them are Haven, but not a lot of them are flanking, so you can go with Morale Boost. You can go with... you could have went with Cauterize instead of Wrecker. That would have been fine. You could have went with Morale Boost. You could have went with Life Rip, Kill the Heal, something like that in case they do end up getting to you. Or just going for flat damage and getting the Wrecker / Cauterize max out as much as possible, and the Morale Boost, in my opinion. Probably your best bet here, so you can be busting out the most damage you can do. So let's see as you go into the point the first time. It looks like you're going to be playing very passively, and that's fine. I've seen a lot of Kinessas do this. You have good point vision, but that's all you have point vision right here. Look right here. You see the left side, that's your Androxus shooting over there on the sundial side. And over on the right side, that's the spot I like. We call that ramps. There's also, I think we call it, I call it sewers or something. It's kind of like a sewer grade. Over there is a really good spot for Kinessa, especially if you get there quick, because if you see them coming across, you can shoot them. And I'm talking about right over here. You can shoot them and stop them from coming over there, and especially because you know there's no flanks, so you don't have to worry about that. While you're sitting here and just kind of helping out on the point, which makes sense because they have a Torvald, they have a Barrack, there's not really much going on there. You could be doing probably a lot more work. Like, see how much limited view that you have, and also staying scoped in that long is sometimes not the greatest thing. You always want to be wary of people coming up behind you, even if it's not a flank. Sometimes they can get behind you. I've seen a Torvald and a Saris so far. That's it. That's another thing you need to keep track of when you're playing as a Kinessa, is keep track of people. Like, I personally, I've seen a Willow, I've seen a Saris. I've seen a Barrack getting a kill on an Androxus. Do you remember where the Androxus was? He's over on the left side. I have a feeling that this Barrack might be going for a flank, or he'll be coming right here. And I'll down below and low, whatever. There's the Barrack. He's going for the point. You're shooting at him. That's good. You know, that's important. Now, this is a good time to be in this spot. I mean, this is fine, but now you have the shield to worry about, and now you're kind of getting zoned out from the Saris. Again, I would have really liked to see you guys, or you try to get up a... Also, I guess I didn't mention, Sakuga, I believe is his name. You'll see him start to get kills and stuff like that. That's his name. He was the first person who did this, and he reached out to me. He had a lot of issues trying to get this thing recorded and all that fun stuff. He's not technically a sub, but no one's really came out to me and said like, hey, I want this done. So I figured, hell, this might as well be my intro on this. But anyway, moving on. Again, you're sitting here, not really much going on. Fernando getting taken down, getting the hands brought to him. Barrack dropping really low. This is fine, just zoning. That teleport didn't really seem like it was too necessary. Probably want to save that for when you're actually getting jumped on. Good kill on Willow. I've noticed too, just I'm not trying to like pick on you or anything, but the way that you're moving, you notice how your mouse isn't like smooth. It's like, so it's kind of jerky. Kind of watch. So that's kind of jerky. They kind of, you might want to consider lowering your sensitivity. I'm not saying, hey, look, a barrack flank. Who would have thunk it? I said, you always got to watch your back. I've been talking, I haven't been paying attention. There's a barrack flank on you. But I'd maybe suggest lowering sensitivity if you could try to get used to that. If not, you can play with whatever sensitivity you want. Of course, I have the Finding Your Sensitivity video up on my Kami Academy. #sellout while also making a video on my own channel. Deal with it. This 1v1 that I had with the barrack, that you had with barrack was it started off very well. You hit your first shot, you hit your second shot, and you hit your third. There, you hit that shot. The right after that shot, the next thing I would have done, because he was so low, was dropped my mine and started to left click him and trying to hit ahead. Because I think if you would have headshot him like maybe once, and then just auto rifled him to the rest of the way, you would have been fine. You would have been fine. But you have the capture point, and that's all that matters. Buying the item, master riding, that's fine, but really you don't really need to get to a position that you want, that you need before someone else gets there. So I think, honestly, I would have preferred morale boost over that, even nimble, so you can jump around doing the jump scoping. I don't know your loadout, that's kind of a bummer. I would probably pick up, again, morale boost over that. And also remember, when you're dead, you can always buy items when you're dead. I forget to do it all the time. Don't, like, I'm not one to preach this, but it's something I've been working on a lot. Buy items when you're dead. So again, you're opting to kind of stay on the low ground. I think Kinessa works a lot better on the high ground. I would definitely want to see you try to position over on the right. Oh, okay, you thought about going up there. So you're going over there, like way over to the right side. Okay, so you went up there, but the problem was when you went up there, whoa, that was like a crazy 180 snap. What was going on there? He's nuts. He's nuts. You went up there and he said oops. Okay, he says oops. He teleported up there, but you had no idea what was up there. So over there, if you would have went up there right away, you would have been able to hold down this. You would have taken your time. You would have saw. Maybe you would have been able to get out and use your teleporter to escape. But sadly, you had to use your teleporter to get up there. Hey, look, he's going over to the right side. I dig it. I dig it. Exactly like this, dude. I love your approach on this one a lot better. You have high ground. I don't know if I'd use teleporter so soon, but you just want to get up there. It makes sense. Your team's kind of getting taken out, and now you're in the situation where I thought it was Barrack's normal shield. Oh, look, you edited this video yourself. I didn't even know this. Fancy. Okay, so you've got this wrecker. You're hitting him hard. He's pushing the Fernando. I like the fallback here, and I like being able to support your Fernando and let your Ying try to heal up there. They're kind of overextended here. They're alone. They don't really have any heals. That would have been an okay time to ult, to be honest, to be able to take out this Torvald. Like right now, ulting this Torvald and just giving him the hands. There's the ult. There it is. All right. Good stun there by the Meldamba. And getting right back up there on high ground. Now, I like this, but also when you're pushing, another place that you'd really want to go is use that teleporter to access areas that you normally wouldn't be able to. Ooh, so close. Let's see who's on scope here. Hold on. Up here, I'm just gonna say up here is a good spot to get up to, Kinessa, and then also up there, over to the top right, is also a really good spot to get up to. Teleport, you have so I can tell you at least have restore. It looks like you healed about 500 health, so that's pretty good. I mean, I don't know what to say there. You're trying to 1v1 a Saris, you know, you kind of got bone there, and you're not being able to pull off the damage. No credits really get enough there. I don't know if I would go for a healing or anything like that. Fine saving it for right now and just whatever, see what the rest of the team does. And I noticed you probably got dismounted when you walked out. That's a bummer. That's life. Ooh, he's so low. Been there, buddy. Mine in the wall. So again, right here, this is the perfect time to just teleport up to the top. You've got your team pushing, getting up on the high ground, staying down at the bottom, puts yourself in a situation where you can get kind of wrecked. I mean, like, you could have maybe got touched by that Torvald ult, you would have been boned there. This barrack is just rushing you down. That barrack would not have been able to rush you down if you were up on high ground. So again, I'm just going to preach this probably over and over again, depending on how much I see it. High ground, high ground, high ground. For pretty much any DPS class that has range, high ground is where you want to be at. Star Wars said it. They got the high ground, Anakin. You can't win. Ooh, nice little intro there. Fancy. That Androxus looks way too excited. I don't see what else. I don't know if you're going to hold tab here in a second, and we'll be able to pause to look at the itemization. I would probably want to see, if anything, Haven, or not really Haven, but Wrecker, or saving up to upgrade your morale. Oh, I know morale, but Master Right, never mind. Saving up to build up your Wrecker. Like, just really, you seem like you've been in the position to do a lot with the Torvald. And that's another thing, too, is sometimes you want to just realize how the game's turning out and be like, okay, I've actually been shooting the Torvald a lot. I like this Wrecker. I'm glad I picked it up. I want to pick up more. So now you're up on the high ground. You have the Andy up here and you're pushing with them. I like that. You're going to be a little bit careful, but you should be good because you don't have the flanker. Trying to hit that Willow. She's so tiny. I know. I feel you, dude. I feel you. Again, if you notice these small adjustments that you're trying to make here on tracking that Willow or on trying to hit that Willow. Whoa. Did I go like super far back? I think I did. Did I go super far back? No, I didn't. I'm dumb. Hold on a minute. I'm gonna find myself here. Oh, I just missed a 6 shot. Okay, here we go. So this trying to shoot this willow. I mean, sometimes you can just, you know, sometimes when you're shooting at a person, especially when they don't know they're being shot at, their movements are really hard to predict. But if you notice your like micro adjustments to try to like, see how you adjust it to the left and you shot over them, I would suggest maybe trying to lower your sensitivity a little bit. But we won't really stress on that too much because, you know, me just over and over saying, hey, hit those shots, it doesn't really help. Let's work on things that actually like positioning and stuff like that. That chase over there on the Saris when the Jorgos is over there, I don't know. Like sometimes I can bun you, and you're probably not going to end up getting the kill due to well, no, yeah, someone got the kill. Wait, you got the kill? Did she fall off? I'm so confused. Anyway, normally not the best. You want to keep your position. Now you have the barrack ransacking you. You've got turrets. You've got Torvalds running at you, silencing. There's a good chance you might actually die here, and looks like that might happen. Oh my God, you're gonna get away. You're running away, running away. You got another teleport up. I would be okay with a really good teleport location right there, since they don't really have a lot of like flankers or like really range. Now that I think of it, like the only range they have is Saris and like freaking Willow, and you can dodge those. It's right if you would have teleported right up there. It would, you just literally would have needed to look over to the right, maybe run a little bit forward before you teleported, and you can hold down your F button or whatever you have bound to teleport, and you can see a hologram where you'll push it or where you'll place it. And yeah, I would try to get up there. That would have been a really good spot. Or you could have even done it over on the over here on the right side, like the other side with the little nook and cranny. But it's whatever. You needed the health. Sometimes people neglect the turrets, man. Right there, I would have neglected the turrets and tried to get the barrack because he was so low. But yeah, since you were still on the ground, you kind of set yourself up to kind of get ransacked. There's nothing you could have really done. Like it was just, you're in the situation where you're in close combat quarters with Kinessa, and Kinessa never likes that. So you're going to go with another wrecker. Again, I like that. Good call there. You're letting your team know you're on your way. And a lot of people don't use the VGS, and honestly, I don't use it that much either. But a couple of the VGS commands I would suggest doing, especially if you're in the back and you're noticing a lot of things going on. Oh man, a Ying just spamming the F button. Beautiful. You got him. That's always gratifying, right? Oh, that ultimate. I don't know. See, like, I completely forgot what I was talking about earlier. But this barrack jumping in here, right then and there, you know, like he's coming in on his mount, right? He's got his shield up, or he could be ulting, which he is. That ult, I could see you trying to get like some damage done by, maybe like one big shot. Ooh, nice shot. A damage done to the barrack before his ult, but that Fernando just sat there with a shield, so it's fine. Not that big of a deal. Fernando just kind of sitting on the shield. This is the reason I don't really like solo tank Fernando, is look what he's doing. He's doing nothing. This barrack is fighting, shooting, shielding, turreting, all that fun stuff. Not really much Fernando can do to fight back. So as you're shooting on the point, you notice on the left side your Androxus gets away very narrowly, and you have a Torvald. Torvald has a very short range attack, and you have a very long range attack. So right here, I would be like, I'm going to the right. I'm gonna go over this way. I'm gonna run all the way up to that high ground that I love so much. What I wouldn't do against a Torvald, although he did just use his silence, what I wouldn't do is charge him. I know you have Wrecker 2, I know you're feeling cocky, but I just wouldn't waste my time with him. Maybe you want to save your Androxus, I don't know, but your best bet is to get in your position where you want and help your Fernando on point, because currently he's having some trouble. I can't imagine this going out very well, but you never know, I guess. You never know. Okay, so you ended up shooting him and he just ran away. Not really sure what that Torvald is doing. Is he coming back now? Is he? I'm so confused. Anyway, I'm going to say now, high ground, you want to get the high ground right now. You can run there, you can teleport, you can do whatever you want. And that Torvald is back, and he's hungry. He wants your booty. He's not going to have it, though. Your whole team responding pretty well. Again, teleporting towards the Torvald, you don't really need to do that. You might die for it. Oh my God, you didn't die for it. That was, okay, you died for it. You could have, instead of teleporting where you teleported, is teleport in a similar location, but instead, up. Like I always keep saying up, 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 up. Like right now, you look straight up to the, you get this shot off, he runs over there, right? And then you just look up and teleport up there. Now you're not in the position to be able to do like massive damage right away, but that's not always important, right? You want to be in a position where if you're killing them, then you can turn around and be in a good position to do something else. It's like when you're playing pool, if you get a hit, you want to position your cue ball to where after you hit that ball, you're in a position to hit your next ball or something, or to at least screw your opponent over. But anyway, that's pool talk, not Paladins talk. Charging in here like that, you put yourself in the situation where he is then in his prime zone, where he wants you to be close range, and you're not in your prime range. But it's whatever. It looks like you guys are probably going to get this capture point pretty easily. Fernando with a double kill. Extra fly, he says. Extra fly. Now, you just got 300 credits. You might want to consider picking up something. I don't know. I don't know if I would pick up anything, honestly. I might just go for record 3. No one's really causing you issue. But again, if you did want to pick up something, Haven would be okay. Resilience, not so much. I mean, like, Resilience would help you against the pole. Resilience would help you against the ults. But again, you're going to be in the back, and you're probably not going to be the prime target of Resilience. Haven is going to be 4 out of the 5, where the 5th one is going to be, or no, yeah. Haven or Blast Shield's going to be with Willow. But she's not really been your issue. Like, so far, the only people is either you charging in on a Torvald or the Barrack flanking you. Right now, I'm going to go ahead and say high ground. You want that high ground. She doesn't really like the left side. There's not really many places you can go other than that little cubby up there if you get jumped on. Just always be prepared that, like, if someone's up there, what are you going to do? Like, what are you going to do right now? You're getting jumped on by this Saris. You're going to run away. You're going to probably try to kill her and succeed. I like the switching to the carbine here. You want to lay a mine? Okay, you scared her away. That's good. But again, I think you just would rather be up in the high ground. You'd be able to do a lot more position. You'd be able to help the point out a lot. Because right now, again, you're getting jumped on. It's a 3v2, or it's a 3v1. Hiding in this position, I like this. Your Fernando, see him healing up there, and his shield just dropped. He's going to be charging in there. This, shooting the Willow, I like it. Again, you could be up in high ground if you wanted to. Sometimes it sucks as a Kinessa because people are coming in, or you see your teammates trying to get to places and you're not able to go and help them, and when you go and help them you end up dying. But not really much you could do there. Again, if you were just up on high ground, yeah, sometimes you may not be able to get the kills you want, but being in that good position is always a good idea. Going for Master Riding 2, I prefer... okay, and then you picked up Haven, which I said was pretty much the only other one. You just got killed by a Saris, so I definitely think that, like, damage is on your mind right there. And that can sometimes be a good or sometimes be a bad thing. Use your death to figure out stuff. Like, right when you die, there's a sub of my Net Relief who I was talking to recently, and I was like, man, I suck it. When I stream, I'm always reading chat, and then I respawn, and then I'm sitting there, and I'm like, what item I want to buy, and then I waste like 5 seconds. And I'm like, I'm sorry, team. Like, that's 5 crucial seconds. So right when you die, he's like, literally, like, there's times that I know I'm going to die, and there's no way I'm going to get out of it. As I'm dying, and I'm like, what item should I buy? Why shouldn't I have done this? And that's what you should be doing. When you die, figure out what you did wrong, and what item should you get, if possible. Because if you buy it before you go in there, and you respawn, you can just run right out, and it makes it a lot easier. Fernando looks like he was spy checking something. Oof. Willow's going crazy. So pushing up here on the right side. Again, I don't know if I'd use a teleport because you don't know what's over here. You have no idea what's over here. You could teleport over here and be a Torvald and be like, what up? And you're like, well, I'm boned. You get your ult up, so that's important. Oh, there's a Saris there, but she's not aware. Ooh, here comes that Torvald I was talking about, apparently. But it looks like you're good job on the mine placement. Yes, yes. Can you hit that shot with the Saris? Don't panic. Don't panic. You want to teleport away? Teleport away. Don't fight this, bro. Where did you go? I'm so lost. Okay, we're good. You pretty much just got boned there. Like, you got jumped on. No one was there to help you. The thing that I would hope is that when you they were chasing you, hopefully your team was pushing up the payload, and it looks like they are pushing it up. Maldamba might actually die here. So I would ask myself, what did I do wrong there? Well, I didn't teleport away fast enough. I got jumped on, and once someone catches on me and then I get silenced and I can't, like, shoot or do anything, I'm gonna die. So maybe should have backed off a little bit sooner, but if anything, that was it's kind of your bone situation. They're just charging you. Again, hopping off your mount like that, I see what I do this all the time. I see an enemy, I hop off my mount, and then I'm trying to shoot him, and then I'm like, crap, and then I end up using my mobility to catch up with my team so I can help them, and then I get jumped on and I die. Would have been better if you just know you want high ground. So you run with your mount, and especially because you have Master Riding 2, you want to make use of that as much as possible, then teleport up to the area up to the top left or top right. Would have been a very good spot. Again, I'm trying not to dwell on things that I say over and over again, because I know that, like, I don't know, some people when they coach, they're like, they're watching video footage and they're like, okay, don't do that, and then you do it again, you're like, oh, I said not to do that, and it's like, bro, it's a video, they can't hear you. Ooh, good shot on that. Maybe not spray as much. It kind of, ooh, great teleport up there, but the push is confirmed, and holy crap, is that a Torvald? Wait, hold on a minute. What is that saying? Does it say the Torvald keeps, like, jumping on me? Literally, Torvald, Saris, and Barrack coming after me. Yeah, they like you. And they know. They have no flanks, so they need to get to you. And some Kinessas are like, hey, I'm doing a lot of damage, please protect me. But it's on a Kinessa's duty to, if they're chasing you down and you're running, you're doing a good job. You don't always need to stay alive, or you don't always need to be doing damage as long as you're distracting a person and letting your team do the front. Again, I would like to see high ground get up there. There was a perfect time to, if you were up on the top, you wouldn't have been, like, see all this damage? Like, she's not even aiming at you, right? She's just shooting on the point because she knows people are going to be going for the point. But if you were up on top, you had the ability, a Damba ult came off, you could have ulted in reaction to that. Stutter, stutter, stutter. There's a salvo being dropped in, a lot of damage being dropped in on the point, and if you were up on high ground, it would have helped out a lot. I talk about how, like, things are, I don't want to reiterate things over and over again, but I know you can't hear me. Trust me, I'm not crazy. High ground, high ground. Yeah, there it is. You got your ultimate ready. We don't know if that shield is a nice shot, dude. There you go. I like that you hold on to that. You could ult now if you'd like. You've got a Saris to shoot at. You got a Barrack. Yeah, it would have been actually a bad ult. I'll shut up now. There's a Saris. I think she just came out of her movement ability. A little bit aggressive here on the Kinessa, but it worked out very well. That works. Ooh, good ult on this. Oh my god, you're just tearing this Torvald apart. Nice. Ooh, I'd get out of there, dude. I would not teleport 2 inches in front of me and chase down a Willow that wants you to be close. That is something I would not do, but it might end up doing okay. Drop your mine, make sure you get the bonus damage on that. Cool, that works. Be very careful on, like, getting too cocky with these being, and sometimes people are like, oh, we're about to win, let's do this, and we're all this good, and then Barrack comes up behind and ults everything, and then Saris does like 1,000,000 damage, and then everyone just starts to fall. You're gonna want to use your teleport to get up into high ground, get back, just get back. Yeah, it's kind of a bummer, but you just pushed up a little bit too much. You want to be up on your side. When you got up to where you wanted to get up to, like up here, right then and there, I wouldn't have jumped down. I would have kept high ground. I would have stood up here and I would have looked forward and tried to zone and try to knock people off their mounts. Because 75% of zoning is just knocking them off their mounts. That slows them down so much, especially if they've invested time into master riding. It's huge. But right now, Saris, you're all grouped up here, and Saris just got massive damage, and now everything just gets hectic, and it's gonna be real hard to get away here. Maybe it would have been better there, like, you're just gonna be out in the middle of battle. Going over here to the right side would have been a better choice, and then teleporting, but it was so close. Like, you were so freaking close to getting out of there. Pew pew. But you guys have time to retake, and this is something that I want to say to, like, not only you, but to the tank too, is you see how the tank is still in there? If he dies, it's called staggering. Staggering is a bad thing. Staggering means that your death timer is completely off of everyone else. Like, notice how everyone's alive, but the Barrack's not alive? He's technically staggered right now. If your Fernando dies right as the rest of you are getting in there, you have no tank to take that. So that tank, all he needs to be thinking about is living. Not contesting the point. It's at 23%. You have time to sit back and frickin' diddle your diddlers, whatever that means, until it hits like 80%. Then push it hard. And during that time, hopefully you have poke the crap out of him. But that Fernando, if he dies right now, you are absolutely boned. Looks like he might be able to actually stay out. Oh no, the Q from the Saris might kill him. The Q from the Saris did kill him. You are humping that Willow. That Willow is having none of it. Hey, and you got the point captured. That works, I guess. Apparently none of them were actually on the point. So overall, I mean, your itemizations could have been a little bit better. I would have liked morale boost instead of master riding. I don't really think master riding was helping you. I understand that master riding can also get you back from dying more, but positioning is also a huge thing with master riding. Definitely much more usable, in my opinion, on people who want to flank, or people who are tanks and want to get to a point really quickly, or just in general keep the HP that they have, the beefiness on the field. Wrecker was fine. I like that. You tore Torvald, the new one, at one point. That was awesome. Overall, you did well. More high ground, work on your aiming a little bit, but that just comes with time. I would suggest trying to lower your sensitivity. If you lower it at first and you hate it, stick with it. Like, it may hurt to maybe do a little bit harder snaps at 180s, and maybe it just might feel a little bit more hard to just move around because you have to move more of your wrist or move more of your arm, but it'll help you a lot in those micro adjustments that you try to do, like when you're trying to hit the Willow. Other than that, it seemed legit. For any future endeavors that people want to go down, and by future endeavors I mean future videos that people want to send in, feel free to upload them to YouTube. I would love it if you had audio, like in-game audio, and then I could just have in-game audio plus my voice, but he just had music on there. In-game audio helps a lot too, because I can kind of give critiques about listening and stuff like that. That would have been a little bit more knowledge. But anyway, thank you so much for submitting this, and thank you so much for watching. Toss me a DM on Discord link down in the description, Patreon down in the description, Twitch down in the description. If you want to have any info on how to submit your own videos, remember you have to be at the Kami Lover perk on the Patreon, or the 3-month sub for Twitch. Thanks for watching, guys. I will see you next time. Hey, thanks for watching. I'm not gonna be one of those people who asks you to like and subscribe, so I'm not gonna ask.